Hmm? Oh, hello. I didn't catch you there. Tell me, how did you find this channel? Our audience isn't usually so alive.
The original, right?
Yeah.
All right. Finally.
Finally, it's happened to me.
Finally, we're
right
installing
front of my
trophies.
face.
Silent Hill has been on my list from the very beginning of this whole thing. Let's see. So we're doing the HD collection thing on PlayStation Now, so it's kind of double ick. One of the scenes I just drew for Half Heart as a reference of this.
Oh my.
Yeah, I actually have them
It's like
going like
Face
that
Off.
exactly. Yeah. So I've been kind of dreading having Chan play these games because Silent Hill is so inspirational to me and I love it so much, and I'm pretty worried that she's gonna absolutely hate it because Chan hates a lot of things.
I don't, but yes.
She's very picky in her taste, so it's gonna hurt, but we're just gonna do this. Mary, could you really be in this town? Wow, even the beginning of Have Heart is very similar to that. Yeah, I'm trying to do it like... Chan, if you look away for a moment.
I remember watching the first Silent Hill from one of my old boyfriends from high school. Played it, and I think I was interested enough.
I mean, it's freaking awesome. So there's that. In my restless dreams, I see that town. It's a girl's voice.
Silent Hill.
That's where we are.
You promised you'd take me there again.
Why does anyone want to go to Silent Hill?
You never did.
It's always explained as this tourist destination, but it's obviously like in ruins. There's so much weird stuff to Silent Hill. Like, you know, it's based on a real place.
Like seriously, based on a real place?
Yeah, so there's this place on like Centralia, I guess, in Pennsylvania.
Oh dear.
Like a lot of the Silent Hill mythos is based on like the fact that there's fog everywhere, which was originally a system limitation, but a lot of it's based on this town in Pennsylvania that's like basically has a fire going underneath it at all times. It's
What?
really fucking weird, yeah.
Pennsylvania is a strange state. Why don't we talk about Pennsylvania more instead of Florida?
It's a good question. Dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. Coronavirus.
Are we in the future?
Yeah.
Cool. I am drinking a maple whiskey.
I was drinking maple syrup.
This
I can
is
smell
like-
it. I can smell the maple.
It's like drinking maple syrup.
Staring at the water.
Oh my god, write a
Ooh.
fucking poetry book. Can I really be there? So basically, his wife's dead, died of this disease. He got a letter from her stating she was in their, like, little vacation town, Silent Hill, which obviously is not so vacation-y anymore.
So, Silent Hill 2, did this come out on PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so it didn't just have a direct sequel.
So the cool thing about Silent Hill 2, well, I wanted to play Silent Hill 1 with Chan, but we just couldn't get it to work. This is on PlayStation Now, but the cool thing is it's a standalone game, whereas 1 and 3 are actually tied together.
Really?
Yeah.
So what the hell's 2's problem?
It's cool. It's like it's a standalone story, but it's really kind of the perfect like Silent Hill story. Oh, it's a map.
So during the PlayStation 2 era, which came after the Dreamcast, sorta.
Like,
My ex-husband went with the Xbox, and I didn't understand why he did that. Because I think we would have had more fun with the PlayStation 2.
yeah, it's kind of weird, all those gaming divisions. I never played anything. I've never played any Xbox at all.
The original Xbox is absolute crap. I was never a fan. I did like Dead or Alive. I mean, like, the PlayStation controller is based off of the Super NES controller. Let's face facts. Okay, so.
The first Silent Hill was so funny because it was a very... First off, when I played it, like... You know, like, the thing about Silent Hill is that it goes into the dark version of Silent Hill versus, like, the real foggy light version or whatever. And I thought we had finished the game. Like, you go to the school and you do all this stuff, and I was like, that's the end of the game. But that was just, like, when it first turned into the dark version, and I was like, holy shit.
How many discs was it?
That's a good question. I think just one? I'm not sure. But, there were so many, like, rumors. Like, if you go online, you just read all this stuff, and people would be like these really obtuse things that were not even true. Like, there's like a van or like an ambulance that you pass, and they're like, oh, if you beat the game 3 times in a certain amount of hours, you can drive the ambulance on the 4th one. Which,
so it's got its own, like, urban legends.
it has its urban legends, but there's so many weird things that are true. Like, there's multiple endings to the game, and some of them are very silly. Like, there's the dog ending. Like, every one of them has a dog ending. That's just goofy. They all have, like, alien endings, which, like, turns it into this, like, campy B-movie sci-fi thing, and aliens come in, and just so much goofy stuff. Lots of little hidden tricks. And
So,
and Silent Hill 3, I'm sorry to cut you off. In Silent Hill 3, the main character can get a shirt that has, like, her on it. So she gets, like, her own shirt, and she can do, like, a Sailor Moon transformation sequence and have, like, a hyper ray and stuff. So it has all these, like, really silly things in a really dark game. Looking at this makes me feel like someone's groping around inside my skull.
that's an interesting... Why would you... Hold on. Why would you use the word groping?
You know what? When you get to know more about this guy, it actually makes a little sense.
Is he that guy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
So the first 4 games were created by Team Silent Hill. So, like, the same people came up with, like, the story. They had the same inspirations. The same guy did the music and everything. And then they started farming it out to all these different people, and none of them were as good once they started doing that.
Well, I mean, like, no disrespect to the farmed out people. It's just they might not have the same vision or whatever, and it's in the business they call it shovelware, whereas, like, you're tasked with a franchise or a license to make something within it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, they all end up, like, Americanized and stuff. Like,
So that's, like, some bullshit.
yeah, definitely just not as good. They're like, let's make it an action game with a bigger focus on fighting monsters, and we'll make this trucker the main guy. And it's
See,
like,
that's not Silent Hill to me. I mean, like, I might not be super versed in it, but I know what Silent Hill is.
yeah. And, like, Silent Hill 4 was kind of, that was the room. That's where, like, you're stuck in your apartment and it keeps changing, and it was clever how they found different ways to tell stories, but at some point they just stopped doing it, and I would love for them to make a new game that's like the original team.
I'm
Right.
sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost? How can you be lost, you stupid motherfucker?
I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Is it in this graveyard?
Yeah.
Why is she hanging out in the graveyard?
There's only the one road. You can't miss it.
She's not wearing the
Thanks.
appropriate attire. She should be wearing black.
Yes?
Okay.
I think you'd better stay away.
Yeah, thanks, Toots.
This,
Hey!
Hey.
this town, there's something wrong with it.
Wrong.
And it's not just
fog is unnatural. It's Satan's fart.
I'm not lying.
You know, he looks like Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh yeah, you could totally play him in the movie.
Totally.
I guess I really don't care.
Let's do a redo on that movie.
Okay.
I'm going to town.
I'm going to town. Why? A letter from my dead wife?
I'm looking for.
Oh, he looks like he could bite someone's head off.
Who? Who is it? Tell me.
Oh, I must know. Uh-oh, there's our one light.
Yeah.
I'd do anything if I could be.
Do anything if I could be with her again.
I'm going to go talk over here.
I mean, my mother. It's been so
mama.
long since I've seen her.
I want to hear the Japanese
I
voices.
thought my father and brother
That would be cool.
I can't find them either.
Maybe that's what the new voices was.
Doubtful.
I'm curious what that new voice thing is.
Yeah, me too.
I have a feeling it's... I mean, the first Silent Hill games are known for really bad voice acting.
Well, so is like the Resident Evil series, but it almost adds to its like B-movie charm.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, like, whereas Resident Evil is B-movie with lots of weird horror, this to me screams of like weird horror, not like zombie horror like Resident Evil, but as in unpredictableness.
Yeah.
From the nurses to what's his face and dogs and whatnot.
I'm not sure how far we'll get tonight, but
I don't think we're gonna get far at all.
yeah, like we're not gonna get to like the dark Silent Hill and like the really crazy. Look at that square fuck.
What the fuck?
Why am I constantly walking? Thank you. I'm like looking at myself walking into me. It's very
Square fog is where it's at, by the way.
SpongeBob SquareFog.
Down in the comments, tell me your favorite PlayStation 2 games if you were that lucky individual who had the system.
Yeah, and if it's on PlayStation now, we can play it if it's spooky.
If it's spooky, or dark, or weird, or whatever.
We may have,
If you think it's in our league, let us know.
yeah, we're flexible.
I don't know. I just I kind of checked out after the Saturn, and I was mad at Sega for being jerk faces for making the Dreamcast and dipping out on the Saturn.
Oh man.
And I just I kind of checked out of a lot of things I really liked about that time: anime, video games, just fucking everything.
It's no good.
No, it took the right thing to reignite my interest, and that was actually the Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah.
And I owned it for a few months, and then the DS was announced.
Figures. And then you got heartbroken that they would make a DS.
No, I totally was like, I got the first DS, I was on board, I'm like, yeah, I can put the Game Boy Advance games in this, and this is really cool, touchscreen, blah, blah, blah. That's when I got back into gaming.
Now, if you'll notice, there was a sign that said "Keep out," and James Sunderland said, "Oh no, I'm going in."
What's his last name?
I want to say it's Sunderland.
Sunderland.
Yeah, it's.
Don't jump!
I'm gonna jump. Oh, we're gonna turn left up here. What's this? The Road Runner. Yeah.
Okay, then.
Okay then, Road Runner. Cars. It's foggy.
See, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance, 2D, right?
Uh-uh.
And then the DS was also a largely 2D system. So that preyed upon my retroness. I love a good retro game. I love 2D games. I'm not a big 3D gamer. As you've seen,
Yeah.
I don't do well with a 3D environment because there's too many controls and things and too many buttons.
Flowers.
Flowers. What's it say?
Celebrating
years?
70 years.
Okay.
70 years of flowers.
Hey everybody, if you played the PlayStation 2, what were your favorite 2D games? Put it in the comments because Chan wants to know.
Yeah.
I might have a system that I could probably emulate that on. Check that out.
Sounds illegal. Fuck the police.
Yeah.
By emulating video games.
That no one can buy at this point.
Oh, something's happening.
Oh. These are marks. Are these marks?
Is this Yamawari?
Here we go. That shadow just now.
Yes. And what about the shadow? God, now they're going the wrong way. Half of my jokes nowadays are just from Mystery Science Theater Twitch channel.
Specifically the commercials that they have on there.
Yes.
Not the actual episodes. Commercials where they show the little bits from the episodes.
Come on, Shadow Person. We need something to happen.
Shadow person.
Can't have a whole video of just walking around in the fog, can we? Oh my god. What's that noise? Ready?
Yep.
James.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Uh-oh. What that?
Hey, it's a thing, loser. Why are you looking at that thing, loser?
What's he doing with his hands?
There's the thing over there, loser.
Why you call him a loser?
Because he's not noticing the thing that has no face.
The thing that has no face.
No arms either.
What a
He
face.
seems really...
Vampiric. Uh-oh. Oh, ass.
Ass! Well, okay. He doesn't seem two-faced.
He's got a weapon.
He's
Yeah.
gonna fight it?
It's like, I'm gonna beat this clearly tortured, in pain thing.
Can you do it?
Look at my map for a second. What's the attack button?
I don't know. LR.
This didn't happen. Is it circle? It's the only button I haven't pressed.
Is it?
It's gotta be square, right?
Is it the start button? The select button?
Ah! It's a goddamn button! How do I hit? Alright, so we're gonna try every button. See, no, don't press triangle. See, he just keeps on like...
Well...
What the fuck? What's the button to hit people? It shouldn't be this complicated. Is there but don't hit triangle.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's the button to hit things? This is insane. I feel like it might be a 2-button thing, like hold down something. This is bullshit.
Ah, I accidentally touched the map. This is great. Oh, he just hit us.
Uh-oh. Alright, Silent Hill controls.
Oh.
I feel like you need to hold... Oh, you did something. What are you doing?
Aha! Hold on. If I could only...
Make it bleed. You did it.
Yeah.
You're my hero.
Is it dead? What the hell is it? Who wrote this shit? It's not human.
But it dies by a 2x4.
I've learned how to hit. I've learned it. Why? Okay, so here's an interesting thing. Like in Silent Hill, Chan can't walk, but like. Okay, so everything is hypersexualized and weird.
Yeah, specifically in Silent Hill 2, which has a lot to do with his psyche.
Does it have the nurses?
Yeah, that's where the nurses come in.
Did they show up in the third too?
They might. It made a lot of sense in the second one, and because certain characters were popular, they started just coming back in future ones.
Okay.
It's kind of weird.
I don't know how to. I will kill a bitch for you.
Oh, let's crawl back out. Nothing to see here.
Oh yeah. I was doing something.
Radio.
This thing good?
No, it's not broken. Come to Silent Hill.
Fuck. I
did
do
you
know.
What the? The very first one of the first lines is radio. What's going on with that radio? So good. All right, everybody. Well, that is the beginning
Silent Hill 2.
of Silent Hill 2.
Don't go to bed yet. Evil God Cinema Reviews is up next.